What's going on, guys? Vacant Paradise here, and I just wanted to do a little video today doing my PSA submission. So I'm not submitting all these cards right away. They're not all going to go in one lot. They're not going to all be, not all of them are prepped to go just yet, but I wanted to show the cards from my collection. I think some of these may not have made it into my ultra rare collection video, but some of these I definitely want to send to PSA, whether it is to resell some of them because I have multiples or have some for my personal collection, because eventually, so if we go up a little bit, see, I got a few. I got Brock and I got Jolteon. Those came from Pokeball over at Queen City Gaming. You can find him at queencitygaming.com. I recently acquired this Mewtwo, and this came out of a mystery lot, the Gem Mint 10. That's the only 10 I got. It came out of a mystery lot, so that was lucky for me, at least. But I want some more. Eventually I want to be able to line my wall with these guys, at least have enough of the ones that I enjoy to do so. So I have a pile here of cards that I have selected, and over the next month or two I will be sending them out to be graded. I know most of them will not be 10s. In fact, pretty sure not one of these will be 10s, but like I said, some of them I want to just sell, get them out of the way, because I have multiples of them. There would just be more validity to selling them, I feel, if they were, graded. So I have some that I had stashed away in a box, and I had some that I just kind of put aside. So these ones in the top loaders can go over here, and we can take a look at these guys first. So first we have this fossil Zapdos. So this guy is not in the best shape, but he's not in the worst shape. So it's got some light surface scratching. I think it's a cool touch. Those are lightning bolts, not scratches there. So it does have some light scratching. I don't know if I can get it on camera, but it does have that. And it actually looks pretty good, except for a little bit of whiting around the borders. So maybe I could get a 7 or an 8 on this, and that would be acceptable for me. Next is this Vaporeon, which is from Jungle, which I feel is in not good shape, but this is the only double of the Vaporeon that I do have. And this one is the better of the two. As you can see, it's pretty scratched, so this one might be a 6 or 7. Then the back's not so bad, so a little bit scratching on the front. I'm hoping for like a 7 on that as well. I mean, 8s are always better, of course. So here I have 2 of these Reshiram full arts from the Radiant Collection in Legendary Treasures. I do want to send both of these in, because this is definitely probably my second favorite card from the set. I had to really think about it. I'm like, yeah, the Mew's in the set. I really like the Mew. I will always pick the Mew over most other cards. This card's really nice, which is why I want to get it graded. And as you can see, the edge up there is a little bit square, and there's a little bit of nicks on the corners. Of course, these came out of the packs that way, but I feel like these are solid 8 or 9 candidates. We can take a look at this one. I'm pretty sure has the same issues. Not so much on the front. It's all about the back, as you can see there in the corners. It's all about the back. Now, they're not prepped to go just yet, but they will be. The cereal box promos I did want to send in. So these ones, same thing. There's no real scratching on the front or nothing, or there is, but I didn't look hard enough because they were in, of course, a cereal box, so they were getting bounced around a little bit, and it's got a little bit of whiting around the edges. So I'm really hoping for an 8 or 9 on that. Really hoping for 8 or 9 on most. I mean, if I get all 4 of these graded, as you can see the corner up there, I would like to hope that I would get all 4 in the same, like, 1 grade. So there shouldn't be any scratching on it. As far as I know, it's just the edges and stuff from, the way they're packaged, which was going to make these guys a little bit tougher. But either way, I think this would be a cool set to have graded. I think the Pikachu has a good shot at least a 9. What is this doing in here? I don't recall putting that in here, but let's look at it. Let's look at it since it's here. This is from EX Dragon Frontiers. This is their version of reverse foil, I believe it was. And as you see, it's pretty scratched up. I don't know. Maybe I just put it down there and then put other cards on top. But you know, now that I'm looking at it, it's not so bad. Maybe I will send this one in. But this one will be a hard maybe. So I'll just set that aside somewhere else. Oh, that's why. It's because I grabbed this one. We got Holon's Magneton from EX Delta Species. This is a reverse rare. This is one that I wanted to send in. It wasn't in my ultra rare collection because it's just like a regular rare card, but you know, it looks really cool. I super like this particular card. So I haven't opened too much of this. I'm not even sure what set this is, but I have not opened any of it, whatever it is. Delta Species, of course. I haven't opened any, so, but this one has like a solid chance at a good grade. It's only got a little bit of whiting on the back. The front does not appear to me to have too much, or if any, scratches. But that's a really cool card. This one needs a better sleeve than this one. This was the one I received it in because I bought a lot of cards not too long back, and they just were like, sorry, we shipped it late, so here's a bunch of random cards, and they just threw in a bunch of random cards. So there was a lot more than just those two particular cards. This one, of course, I did pull out of the pack myself. This Laron reverse from the Power Keepers. Legend Maker. Okay, so this one was from Legend Maker. I want to send this one in because I think it has a solid shot at like a 9. I think the dent, is that dent on the card? Oh, it is. What the hell? Okay. So maybe not. Maybe not. Of course, this Gengar. I love Gengar. I would like to have this for myself. This is another one I would rather have for myself. You can take Gengar out and take a little look at him. You see, you know, it's not, you know, nothing wrong with the front. I want to say there's nothing wrong with the front. I am inspecting this with you. Well, I didn't inspect most of these myself. But on the back, there's another one. See, what the hell? These must have came out of the same pack. Something must have happened. I don't know. If I go back and watch that video, or maybe I'll leave it in the iCard up at the top. I think those came out of the same pack. And then we got the Ghastly, which was also from that same particular video. See, is that a dent? What? Why? What are those guys? Who? Can you see that? It's kind of, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm just being paranoid about it. There's definitely something there. So if I go back and look at the rest of the cards, I'm going to know that somebody messed with these packs before they sent them to me. Next we have Erica from the Gym Challenge or Gym Heroes. I always confuse the two. So this must be from Gym Heroes because Brock is also from Gym Heroes. But I think this has a solid shot at an 8 or a 9. The back doesn't look to be too bad. Which I think is awesome. Well, actually, what was that top corner right there? Ah, yeah, it's definitely not a 10. See, I've been watching lately more and more PSA videos to try and get a better feel for, you know, what I should send in and what I shouldn't. This Aerodactyl, I thought this Aerodactyl looked awesome, so I really wanted to send this one in. Which again, this is another one of the sets I'm not sure of what it is, but I really like the card, and that is why I have it. There doesn't appear to be anything. Well, there's a little bit of, yeah, they're all kind of like that. They all kind of have a little bit of, you know, going on the corners. And I know this video is going to go on and on, but, you know, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it anyway, and, you know, some of you watch it, some of you don't. You know, whatever. I just want the people that care to be aware of, you know, this is what I'm doing. So next we have Ampharos from the POP7 series. I believe I got this out of a, it was a cube. I think it was one of the mystery cubes. So scratching on it, no, I think that's just part of the hollow pattern right there. Yeah, because it goes all the way across. So this one looks actually like awesome for coming out of a random cube that had been like shaken around and handled by many people. So I'm really hoping, like I said, I want to, like, you know, a solid 6, 7, 8 on most of these. Ooh, the good stuff. This is this one. This one I want for me. This one I want for me. This is the Mew from POP5. And this Mew, the thing about it is that the Pokeball is printed upside down. So this is an error card that I do want to send in, and I do want this one for myself, which I think will be awesome to just have. It's definitely not a 10. Just got a little schmutz in the bottom corner, as most of my cards do. And these are Pokemon Center New York promos, e-reader series from 2002. These cards are awesome in my opinion. Do love the Ho-Oh and I love the Rapidash. I'm not usually a fan of Rapidash, but I do like these two particular promo cards. And I'm really hoping to get 9 or 10 on both of these. Most likely these feel to me that they will both be 9s, which is what I really am just hoping for. Next we have Tornadus from the Legendary Treasures pre-release. This is the staff promo. Whatever you are, get off the sleeve. Little brown nugget of some kind. It's not poop, I promise. This is Tornadus EX staff promo. This is another one that I think has a shot at a 9. It's got a little bit of whiting. You know, staff promos are never perfect. They're always far from perfect because of the way that they are packaged. Next is the Porygon Z Holo from Plasma Blast, the staff promo pre-release. This one I do hope for a 9 on as well. As you can see right from the get-go, the corners are not in the best of shape. And, you know, I just think this would be a cool card to have graded. As you can see there's black and white, number 84. So I definitely want to get that one graded as well. Ah, this one was cool. This one, I bought a Japanese box. And a lot of times when I order the Japanese stuff, they'll just send random cards. And this one is a Pokemon Center exclusive promo, XYP271. This is a Diancie, which I think we may or may not have gotten over here. But this one I thought was really, you know, I'm really interested in the Japanese promos. Sometimes they're only in Japanese, sometimes we get them a little bit later, but because it's a Japanese promo, I do want to send that in as well. Like I said, some of these are for selling, some of these are for me. So it doesn't really bug me what I do send in. Next is the Dark Flareon First Edition non-holo, which I do want to get graded as well. Has a solid chance at, I think, an 8. I think this might be a good 8 candidate. But I do love the older cards. Next we have the Rockets Dragonite. This is not a holo, so this one I'm up in the air about. But I do love this Dragonite. You can see, because it does look really good, for the most part. For, yeah, 2000. For an 18-year-old card, it looks pretty good. So this is another one that is going to go in the maybe pile. Next is the Misty's Poliwrath First Edition. This is another one that I would like to send in, obviously. You know, and it looks pretty good. And most of them have this little bit of whiting either at the top or bottom. None of them are perfect. And I don't think I'm ever going to have perfect cards for a long time. So, I don't know why these aren't on the pile. So, here we go, this one. This is a Legendary Collection Electrode. You know, I had a friend who was actually moving and he was throwing away a binder of cards. And I went through this binder. I think this is where I got the Dragonite and the Flareon from. And I was like, dude, don't do that. I will take some of these cards before you chuck that out. And this was one. It was a Legendary Collections Electrode. And before anybody asked, most of them were junk. A lot of them were really junk. I mean, I couldn't emphasize that they should have been thrown into a fire. But I saved the good ones. Like this Electrode from the Legendary Collection, of course. Which is a little off center, but I think has a solid chance at an 8. See, I don't know if this was hollow or not in Legendary Collection, but that is another one I would like to get graded, as well as Electrode Prime, which I did pull out of a pack, and I think right now would be a good chance to put another eye card, because I did open a whole blister booster box, blister booster case, a blister case, a case of blisters. It had a lot of packs of this particular set, which was Heart Gold, Silver, something. I can't remember off the top of my head. It's been a while. But yeah, it's got a little bit of, I don't know if that's supposed to be part of it, but I don't think so. I don't think so. So, you know, other than that, it looks pretty good, except for that up there. Because, you know, why not? Because why not? I really don't appreciate this case it's in. I think it might have been because of this case is terrible. And next is Yan Mega Prime, which, as you can see, I'm pretty sure it is the case because it's got the same thing going on, which I don't appreciate. These cases are horrible. These little orange ones that I got from the Target packs, and I used them because I ran out. It was a mistake. But I do want to get Yan Mega Prime graded. You know, one for myself and one to list on the eBay store. If you want to check that out, there are links in the description of every video to that. See, yeah, because it has to be the case because this one has it as well. But yeah, we have 2 of those we're going to send in. Aha, here we go. Here's another one I want to send in. Is the first edition non-hollow Dark Blastoise, which I think is in pretty decent shape. I forget how much I paid for this, but it was relatively cheap, and it's in really good condition except for a little bit of whiting here around the edges. But you know, I actually have 1 or 2 of those, so I do want to send these in, as well as the non-first edition non-hollow version, because I figured why not. This one's in a little bit better shape, but you know, it's not first edition. So that is why I want to send that one in. Ooh, this one. This one is first edition Dark Raichu Secret Rare from the Rocket set. And this one I got out of a mystery pack of cards that I bought from a random store when I was on vacation. You know, it's not in the best of shape, as you can see. There is a lot of scratching, but I do want this card for myself. So the grade on it, I don't really care what grade it gets. You know, the higher the better. I'm sure I can come across more, but that one will be for me. And lastly, in the non-top loaded, this one's in very bad shape, but this is a Shadowless Gyarados, which I got from the same pack as this Raichu. You know, I only paid $5 for the little pack from the little store. So, you know, they can't be in the best of shape, but it is Shadowless, so that is why I want to get this particular one graded. The other Shadowless card that came out of that little pack that I had purchased was a Starmie, but it was in... I should have threw it away. That's how bad shape it was, so... But it was Shadowless, so I kept it. I'm sorry, I've been a little sick, so excuse me for sniveling. Next is the Haunter. I didn't even take this one out to inspect it, so I don't even know why I'm going to bother with that. I recently showed this one, but I do want to send this one in. This one will probably be a solid 7, I think. The Shining Magikarp will... No, yeah, sleeve. Wrong kind of sleeve, but this one will probably be a 6. I'll say that one's going to be a 6, but I want those for me. The Celebi. The Celebi this is the one I want probably the best grade on. It's like at least an 8 candidate, but it's got, you know, a lot of whiting at the top. It might be slightly off-centered, but, you know, I'm not the best at telling what's what with that. This one I didn't take out of the plastic yet, but this one I want a 10 on because it's Japanese promo full art Professor Sycamore from the Pokemon Center Japan. This one I definitely want a 10 on. I didn't take it out of the plastic yet. This one is for selling. I don't really care what the grade is. But this Charizard from the Unlimited set is far from in the best shape, you know, but it could be a solid 5 or 6. Same thing with this Venusaur, could be a solid 5 or 6. If they come back better than that, I'll be ecstatic. We also have base set 2 Venusaur, which I didn't take out of the sleeve they gave it to me in, so I can't show you the back because the sleeve is just kind of gold. You know, for whatever reason they felt like they had to put it in that. Oh, I have 2 of these. Awesome. Next we have base set 2 Blastoise. I'm really hoping for getting an 8 or 9 on this. It's got a little bit of whiting in the corners, but that's as far as, oh, there's a little bit right down there. Yes, probably an 8. Probably. But, you know, I wouldn't be shocked if these got lower grades. So we got 2 of the base set 2 Blastoise. This one is in a little, no, it's not in better shape. This one is in far worse shape. So, you know, one of those be for me, one of those be for sale. Aha, secret rare Chandelure from Black and White Next Destinies. I don't know. This might be meant Next Destinies, I'm not sure. But the Chandelure, I love this Chandelure. It looks so cool. I want this card for me. For me. This card looks so cool. And it's probably going to be an 8 most likely. Here we go. This is another card. This one started it all. This is the card that I seen in a mystery cube. And I thought, oh man, I really miss that game. I'm going to buy this and I'm going to look at the cards inside. This was the card that I first looked at. Like I said, I love Mew, and I looked at this card and just thought I have to have it, and this is what re-sparked my interest in the game. So I want that one for myself. I don't care about the grade. I guess I have some more cards that aren't in sleeves. Okay, well I got this one. This one's up in the air. I'm up in the air about this one. Ignore that. I had bought a card and then I needed a top loader, so I just threw this one in there without taking the sticker off. So this one, not the best of shape. I don't know why it's in the pile. I may or may not send that one in. Grab the next one. This full art Gengar. I do love Gengar, so I do want to send that one in. Solid 8 or 9, as well as this Versa Seeker. I've pulled probably 2 or 3 of these, so I do want to send one in. I know that the edges are a little rough. They were a little rough when they came out. But, you know, I think that'll be a fun one to send in. Yeah, we get a couple of level X cards. We got level X Shaman, which I'm hoping for another really good grade on. Some of these, again, I don't care about the grade I get on them. Same thing with this promo one. This one came out of a tin. I don't care about the grade I get on that. Some of these I just want to send in. This one I want a 10 on for sure. This is the Game Boy. I'm assuming it's Game Boy, because I remember we got the Meow that had the GB. But this is the Japanese Game Boy promo card for Dragonite, which this thing came in, and it is beautiful. And I really, really hope that this card comes back at 10. This is one I definitely want to come back at 10. The person that sold it to me was a hardcore collector, and they regretfully had to sell their collection. You know, I spoke, you know, in length with them about the cards that they had, or he had, she had, you know, whatever gender, I don't care. And they seemed like generally upset that they had to sell these cards. But all of them were beautiful. I bought numerous cards, but this is one that I do want to send in. And lastly, nope, this isn't last, but this is last of the top loaded ones. This one I really want a 9 or 10 on. Oh, it's gonna annoy me. But we got the Dark Blastoise, which I pulled from a pack that I did get from Queen City Gaming. And this card, with the exception of that, oh, I didn't notice that before. But that could be nothing. I could be overthinking it. But I want a 9 or a 10 on this. This looks so good. It's got the little swirl right there too. The highly sought after swirl. That is the card that I definitely want a 9 or 10 on. Same thing with this muck. This is a pack pulled muck. I did pull this from a pack, from a fossil pack. The muck, we did get from that. I had opened 3 packs like when I first started my channel, and I got muck and I got Kabutops. So I really want those graded. Some recent cards, we got this Entei Rainbow Rare. I want to send that in to be graded as well. You know, I have a ton of these. And I can't really do anything with them, so I want to send a couple in to get graded, see what they come back as, and if they are, you know, if I'm satisfied enough, I will probably send the rest to be graded. I believe that I didn't sell one. I sent one to Primetime Pokemon recently, which, you know, I'm not sure if, I'm pretty sure he's got my package, but has not gotten around to opening it, or maybe he did, I don't know. But, you know, because this one's got the swirl again. This one also had one. And this one had one up in the corner here. So I wanted to send these 3 in. And of course, like I said, I'm not sending these all in at once. But these are the cards that I have selected to go for the most part. We got the Electivire Level X, which I did pull recently in one of my vintage pack openings. As well as the Tyranitar Prime, which I want to get sent in as well. Another recent card was the Nihilego Full Art GX. I really like this card, so I do want this for myself. As well as the Espeon GX Rainbow Rare. And I have 2 of these guys. I did send one of these to Primetime Pokemon as well. These were for Hoop of the Movie, these Japanese promos I had. 4 of them, I think. I have 1 set aside in my collection. I want to send these 2 to get graded, and I sent the last one to Primetime Pokemon, as I said. So those are the cards I have chosen to be graded. I know they're not all going to be the best, and they're not going to all go out at once, but these are the cards that I do want to send in. So I have to decide which ones to send first, and I will definitely have an update when I do that. So I'll probably be sending these in through January, February, March, and waiting for these to come back. So again, big thumbs up to Pokeball over at Queen City Gaming for giving me the information that I had been desperately searching for, because I had been collecting these for a long time. I had ideas for cards to send them in when I had the opportunity to, but I could not justify getting a PSA subscription. So I definitely want to send those in. But, you know, if there was one that I had to choose for 10, it would be this, because of the age, and this Dragonite just looks so, it looks so cool. I would just love to, whoops, I kicked the tripod with my foot, but I would love to have this one as a 10. That would be amazing. I'm not even sure what year this card even came out. It's possible that this one even came out in, you know, 96, 97, 98, around that time. But this would be my personal favorite if it were to come back as a 10, which is, again, what I am really hoping for. Now, I know this video dragged on. It was very long, very kind of boring, because I kind of bored myself. But if you sat through to the end, thank you very much. I am Vacant Paradise. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Comment down below. Let me know what your favorite card was. Leave a like if you liked it. Leave a dislike if you disliked it. Share this video with your friends. Follow me on Twitter at Vacant Pokemon, and I will see you guys in my next video.